Hey guys, I am trying this again. So I'm going to see if it is working and if we are in the right orientation. So bear with me. I can't see anything. Hopefully, if you're on, can you let me know if this is showing up properly? It's not showing in my iPad feed, so I can't tell. Oh my gosh, I love Facebook. It's the best. We're going to look at the Stars at Night, which I was talking about yesterday, because it is Stamp Camp. Okay, no idea. I don't want to keep going if this isn't in the right orientation, but I am not seeing it, so I don't know. My apologies, you guys. I don't want to, I just don't want to start doing a bunch of stuff and not have it be what we want. And it's not showing me. It's not letting me change my user. Okay, there we go. Oh my God, that's painful. My apologies. Okay, so we are in the right orientation. That is good. And I wanted to show you these products because this is what our Stamp Camp is going to be this time. So I wanted to just show you a couple of things. So we have the stamp set, we have the hybrid embossing folder, and we have dies. It's just going to show you a couple of fun things. So I want to show you what it's like to emboss. I want to show you what it's like to use the dies, but I also want to show you how beautiful the stamped image looks once it's embossed. So what I did yesterday before I came on is I took my piece of cardstock and I popped it in here, and then I rubbed my finger over this so that I would get a slight impression, so I would know where I wanted to stamp this image so that it would emboss and cut out in the right place. So I'm just going to show you what this looks like because it is so gorgeous, so gorgeous. The colors in this paper are Night of Navy, Boho Blue, Misty Moonlight, Pebbled Path, and Copper Clay, I think. So pretty. Okay, so I am just going to roughly line this up with this impression. I see now that my grand plan is not really going to work as well as I thought, but it's going to be close, so we're going to give it a try. So these are not your everyday star. They're more like this, oh geez, Star of Bethlehem star. Super pretty. The die cuts are really pretty. Okay, let's see if that is going to have worked out for us. So then I'm going to put it back in here. And I'm going to make sure it is falling in that image. So you can see we're still going to get our whole piece of paper embossed. Okay, at the same time, we can also die cut because we have this guy that fits into, so it sits right in this folder. It's awesome. So then you can do one of two things, right? We can bring this guy up or take that guy down, but I'm gonna because I've already stamped this, I know where I want this to sit, right? So I'm going to bring that up into our image and where our die cut is. So it's going to go like that. Okay, do you see how pretty this is going to be? I also learned a very valuable lesson when I was away at my crafting retreat last weekend. So I always thought you had to put embossing folders in seam first because we want the pressure to come out. So that's true, you do want that. Basically though, you could also put it in sideways as long as the pressure can come out these ends. You just don't want to ever put it in the open end so that the pressure's coming up against the seam. So I've been misleading you all and saying it has to go in seam first. Seam first is preferred, but otherwise you just want to go sideways. So this has to go through the big cut and emboss. Obviously, this isn't going to fit through our mini. So I'm going to just bring that over here, put that guy on, and then I still have this purple plate, which you use for 3D folders. If you have the new machine, you have different plates, but I have this guy. And I also have my, okay. So now we're gonna take this through. It's gonna emboss, it's gonna cut, it's gonna be amazing. Put that over there, my little non-slip pieces. All right, and now you can see what we've got going on. If you are here, please tell me. I see we have some friends, so let me know you're here. Okay, so now you can see we have our beautiful 3 stars. And then this one that we stamped, look at how gorgeous it is now that it has been embossed. It's so pretty. And then we still have this big piece that we can use on the front of a card. And then we can do some other really fun things with these other dies. But so this can now still be used, right? You could cut a strip and then you could pop these guys up if you wanted. So this definitely is not wasted. Okay, what you can also do with these guys is you can add, dimension isn't the right word, but you can add more pieces. So you could die cut this in a different color and add it to this star. And then you can die cut, also there's a smaller one that you can die cut, and these could be added. So you could layer up your star. So I've seen this done on the big one, and it's gorgeous where they've put this guy and then they've placed like this one, and then there's these smaller dies, and they just keep adding layers in different colors. It's really, really pretty, very striking. So those are some other options that you can do to make a multi-dimensional die cut, okay? Another thing that's so beautiful, so this example is in the catalog, so I wanted to show you this die because it's really neat. And this is like straight out of the catalog. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. It is this one here, and so here's an example. You can see where they've layered all sorts of stars, different levels of paper, so gold and glitter and white and more gold. It's so pretty. But I'm going to show you what they did with this die. So this die on this dark paper, and we're just kind of do it roughly like this. This guy could probably go through the mini. And then I'm going to show you how pretty this is. And sometimes you need someone to show you these things because you wonder what these dies are for. And I'm not going to lie, I am no different than you. Sometimes I'm like, oh, and then I see somebody use it or a stamp and then I'm like, oh my gosh. So that's what I'm supposed to do with that. It happened to me not that long ago, actually, with one of the stamps I bought from this mini, that a year to celebrate. And I thought one of the bits was like a different end, but it actually was meant to go in addition to. Okay, I don't want this to move off of center, so I'm just going to tape it down. Okay, so now we're going to put this through. I have to get it centered because the paper is as wide as the platform. Okay. Sorry. Stuff everywhere. Now you got my head in there. Okay. Now we're going to take this guy, punches that out, so it's just super pretty. And then what they did was put this gold behind it. So look at how pretty that is. Now you can see, I need my take a pick tool. There are some little holes that didn't poke out, but it's so pretty. And then you just need to put some gold behind it. And then like, even we could do one of these white stars. So like, let's just wait for it here. I'll just show you. We're not making any one card here. I just wanted to show you some of these products and how amazing they are, in hopes of enticing you to join us for Stamp Camp. The papers are also gorgeous. Okay, so you can do that, and then you would do this, and then you could take one of these stars, the white stars, right? So now you can see you've got the gold behind it. Or we could take like this one here, look at this. So we're gonna pop this in there. And then you have the pretty gold behind it. And then we can die cut some more of those other gold pieces. And then the embellishments that come with this suite, which, you know, I don't really want to show you, not because they're not beautiful, but because they are unavailable at the moment, are these beautiful star trinkets. So they look very similar. But you can also just die cut the small stars with gold foil. So that's an example of what that die can do. Here is this beautiful image stamped and die cut. This you could use for something else. So that's, you know, 3 examples of what you can do. And then of course, like I said, you can just use this as a, sorry, that's my card front here. We can just use this as like a card front. So you kind of got to pick though what star you're going to cut off, because one of these stars is going to get cut off. But we could go like this, and then this could be our card front, and then you could even just like pop this up over top, right? And then just have your greeting. The other thing I've seen done, and it's in the catalog, so I want to figure out how let's do that because it's so pretty. So they did, I'm trying to figure out how they did it though. Oops, oh geez, sorry. Oh, they did it this way. So put your card like this, and I'm going to show you because it's so pretty what they've done. So we're gonna go like this. Okay, I'm gonna emboss this again. And then what they have done is, okay, let's get that guy out. They have taken this stamp, here, and stamped around. Okay, so let's get I have it right here. Okay, so take our boho blue, and they've taken this stamp and then stamped it around some of these smaller stars. It's really cute. I'm trying to see if they did it around the bigger one too. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so they've taken this like starburst and stamped it around some of these stars. Sorry, I'm just getting a scrap paper so I don't get ink all over. Of course, I've got ink on my finger, so that's good, but. So you can see how pretty that is, even though it's been embossed. We can add like some extra, these starbursts to it. Anyway, they had that in the catalog. I thought that was really pretty. I'll be putting my greeting there because now we have ink on that. So I just wanted to show you that. And then I'm nervous to touch this white paper because I've got ink everywhere. And then of course we could just cut out the stars, kind of like we've already done. You can stamp them. Yeah, there's a lot that you can do with this. It's really pretty. This greeting, wishing you the best and brightest holiday season, it has a die cut as well. So let's just show you that because it's also really neat. So it has this beautiful die cut. And then it's got this very nice Merry Christmas greeting. And in Stamp Camp, we're doing some really pretty things with this stamp as well, if you're kind of wondering. And then look at how gorgeous this one is. So this would make a nice, really pretty, you could just sort of have your own DSP, or that'll be a great one inside your card. Sorry, I'm just looking to see if I have a piece of scrap. I'm thinking... not gonna fit on there. I don't think I have a big enough scrap. I'm trying to think because I want to do, so maybe I will do Misty Moonlight actually and Night of Navy. Sorry, bear with me. This might be big enough. Oh, perfect. Okay. So then let's get our navy again. I just want to show you what this greeting looks like. It's very pretty. So if we stamp this guy up, center it on here. And then this cuts this out. It's gorgeous. Lines up perfectly. Whoops, until you move it around. Oh my goodness, I have a reasonably decent desk space, but when I am doing a live, I have to like put everything on, obviously in front of me, and then my space becomes small very fast. Especially if I also have anything on my desk that I want to have within easy reach so that I can show it to you. Okay. So you can see it makes this beautiful shape. So if we were going to say this was going to be our card, and then we're going to put this here, and then there's beautiful ribbon, which again is also unfortunately on unorderable status, but we are including some in the stamp camp, enough like to make the projects. Oh, it's right here. So for example, this card here, if I just wanted to kind of like actually finish it off, we could kind of go like this. And I'm almost tempted to add like a layer of white in here, or gold. That would be pretty too. So you can make a really pretty card without too much else going on, because this hybrid die is so beautiful. The stamped stars, so beautiful. I'm actually going to have the ribbon go this way because I've done this extra stamping, right? And then have that on there like that. And then we would use some dimensionals. I would use black dimensionals here because our card is so dark. Plus, I just love to use the black ones when I can. Use them for any dark color. Okay, so that's going to be on there like that. This is going to come on here and cover up my smudge. And then I would probably raise that up as well. I'm often picky about my ribbon angles. And then you could put on some gold dots. I'm saying, I'm wondering what this would look like with white behind it. I'm gonna cut a piece because I want to see what that looks like. Need that to be 5 and an 1/8. No, 5 3/8. 5, 4, and an 1/8. So then just add a little bit of, yeah, I like that contrast between those blues. The other thing you could do though, because if somebody is wondering like, oh my gosh, you are using a lot of white behind there, before you put it in there, die cut out a rectangle. So this is another trick, another good trick. If you want to be conservative with your cardstock. So cut out this rectangle, and then you can use that white paper for something else. Okay, so I said we weren't going to make a card, but we actually did end up making a card. And I've just kind of given you a quick idea of what you can do with this set. So if you were to be a part, so now I have this white piece I could use somewhere else. If you were to be a part of Stamp Camp, 10 projects and 5 bonus projects this time. So 10 projects that have videos that are going to be done live, and then an additional PDF is what I should say, with 5 bonus projects. So 15 projects altogether, 10 of which you are getting a make and take for. And yeah, the other 5 are fabulous little bonus bits. Not that the 10 aren't fabulous themselves. They are, of course. I got to take that guy because the backing came off. This is a lot of dimensionals. You don't have to use this many dimensionals. Okay, and then we're going to be done. And then my quick video was not as quick, but hopefully you have a better idea now of what you can do. So we've used embossing folders, we've used the dies, we've used the stamps. I've shown you some things that aren't on this card, but we actually did make, oh my goodness, a cute little card. We did use the ribbon, which unfortunately you can't get right now, but like I said, we are using the ribbon a little bit in camp, and so you will get that from us. Here are some of these other things that we did with this, right? So I showed you this beautiful die, and these are our other die cut. Here's our stamped image, here's that. Here's like an embossed where we did the cut and emboss. Here is a final project. And then I could put little gold stars. This would actually look really pretty with just like some pearls or some other color, but there we go. So I just wanted to hop on. I said I was going to do this last night. I couldn't get the landscape to work. Facebook has changed how you can do videos, so now you have to do it a different way, but we did it. We persevered. So I appreciate you joining me. I would love to know your comments. I will put the link in the comments for Stamp Camp if you're interested. Registration ends on Friday because it's coming up so close, because we were waiting and waiting, hoping that some of the supplies would come back in. And yeah, questions or comments, please, I appreciate them underneath the video. I'd love it if you shared this, liked it, followed my page. Okay, thanks guys.